Hey, good afternoon. This is Chad Allen, and welcome to Equip, Empower, and Encourage with Chad Allen. Today, we are going to be talking about Mr. Inaction and how he is keeping you from realizing your dreams. And I'm going to give you an action step that I believe will help you get to the next level if you take that action step. I believe it will help you. So, have you been plagued with Mr. Inaction? Because I know I have in the past, and Mr. Inaction has a lot to say about inaction. Yeah, inaction, because, there are so many times where we are just sitting around, we're doing nothing, and we're like, hey, I got better things to do than go out and message people and to call people, and I don't want to do that because there's something going on inside me, and I'm like, what the heck? I don't want to do that work. So Mr. It actually says, come join the party, and let's just sit around and let's play games and let's be on the computer. Let's be on Facebook and just kind of waste our time because that is what we want to do with our life. So Mr. Inaction, takes control of what you are doing. You see, Mr. Inaction is a fear that is inside of you because there is either a fear of failure or a fear of success that is keeping you from realizing your full potential. So I'm gonna give you an action step, okay? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to my page. Okay, this is your first action step at prosperwithchad.com. That's prosperwithchad.com. And on the third button that you're going to see there, it's going to say Grow Rich Mastermind Collection. You want to go check that out because I believe that is going to be a very, very good mastermind collection that you'll be able to get. It's completely free to you. There's no strings attached to that at all. Just go there and get that free. So that's your action step, okay? Like, subscribe to this page as well, and share this with your friends and family, podcast, YouTube, Facebook, whatever you are watching from. I appreciate that you are all here with me. So, Mr. Inaction, it's a fear, okay? It's a fear of failure. It's a fear of success. It's a fear of whatever it is that is keeping you from achieving your full potential in life. And we don't know exactly what it is. Maybe there's something happened in your past. Maybe there was something that was said in your past, and you really don't understand what is going on uh, and why. Every time you like, if you're like this, okay, you know what you got to do. You know you got to do it, but you have the inability to actually step up and push yourself forward. See, that's Mr. Inaction taking hold of you, right? And a lot of times it has to do something that happened in your past. So you need to figure that out on your own and figure out exactly what is going on. Maybe that mastermind collection is going to help you. You know, so I want to help you take action. Okay, and let's sit down and let's have a planning session. Okay, a planning session that will help you get to the next level. Okay, so you can start taking the action, and I believe this should really help you. Okay, what you need to ask yourself these few questions. One, what is it that you are afraid of? What are you afraid of? So that's the first question you need to answer. Like for me, whenever I was afraid of taking action into something, it was because I personally believe there was this like fear that's inside me that I was going to uh, I think it was like a failure of success because every time I got close, I would stop. And I remember going back into my childhood and realizing that every time I started to play the piano, my mom would yell and say to stop it. See, I would start something, but then I was chastised for doing something that would improve who I was, like playing the piano, getting better at piano, and I'm doing this, and I'm playing the piano, and my mom would chastise me for playing because she just got home and she was tired from work and she didn't like the loud music playing, and it was just disturbing her from sleeping, and without realizing that negative impact that was coming to me, what happened was I would be forced to stop. So so that taught me that I cannot finish anything because if I try to finish, I would get chastised for it. So that was a lesson that I learned in my past. When playing the piano, I get chastised for doing something that would actually help me improve. And when I started to have a little bit of success with it, it was too loud. It was too much for uh, my mom to hear because she was just got home. She was tired. She was stressed out, and she's like, "Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!" And so I stopped. Right. So I was never able to finish that very thing that would have helped me gotten better. So what did I do? I began to not like playing the piano. I would start it, I would play it, but then I would just kind of drift back because I was told to quit. And so I quit, right? Because my mom says to quit because she needs to rest. And then what happens? Inaction. I know I need to practice piano. I know I need to do the right thing. I know in order to get better, I have to do this. But every time I start to play, I get chastised for it. Every single time. Every single time. So you can see that when you go back in your childhood and you really begin to analyze what happened in the past. Was there a friend that told you something? Was there a parent that told you something? A brother, an aunt, a uncle, a cousin? Was there something that made you feel like you can't actually move past that area that's making you not have the inaction? And so I realized that, and even at times today where I know what I need to do, and when I start to do it, there's that feeling that starts to creep inside of me, right? And it says, "Hey, you got to stop. Hey, this is too much. Hey, you're not doing the right thing. Hey, you are this, you are that." And then what happens? It's like, "Okay, this is too much. I gotta drift back into my little hole." And to allow Mr. Inaction to take hold of who I am. And so you begin to realize that it's not the system, it's not the program that you're a part of that's causing you to have this type of uh, inaction. It's really something that's internal, your inability to achieve the things that you need to achieve. And so, what you need to figure out is how to break through that inaction, how to break through it and break through the deep subconscious mindset that is telling you that it's too much, that you can't do it because you're being chastised from above by saying, "Hey, I know you want to practice, I know you want to do this, but it's too much. I gotta rest. It's too much. I gotta do this. It's too much. I gotta do this." And so how are you going to break through that? So that's the second question. Is like, what am I going to do to break through that particular issue that I'm having? I'm able to recognize what happened. I'm able to recognize the issue that's causing me to not achieve my goal. How now? How am I going to break through it? What am I going to do to break through that action? And even then, you may know uh, you may have the awareness of it, but you haven't really figured out how to break through, and that might be a step that you might be stuck at. You might be stuck at this Mr. Inaction step where, like, okay, I know what's going on, I know what happened, but I just need to figure out how to get past it. And you haven't been able to figure out how to get past it because no one is really showing you how to do it. Or internally, you haven't grown the ability to get past that particular step in your life. And so Mr. Inaction continues to take hold of everything that you are, everything that you do. See, in many cases, it's not that you don't have the ability. It's not that you don't have the wherewithal. It's not that you don't have the education, because you have all of that, right? You have all of that, and you have everything that you need to be a huge success. It's just that internally, there's a self sabotage mechanism, and I recognize that in my own self. There's a self sabotage mechanism within me that is telling me that I can't do that because it's too much. It's bothering other people. It's becoming something that I cannot get past. So you have to figure out how to get past that internal mind thing that is taking place. And I think your third step is just do it anyway. Just ignore, tell your subconscious mind, and tell your subconscious mind that, hey, listen, I know you're there. I know you're trying to protect me, but I don't want to be protected by you anymore because you're keeping me from succeeding. I want to be successful in my life. I want to move past all of this and move on to the next level of my success. But I need you to stop causing me so much pain and agony, and I'm gonna move past it anyway. I'm gonna push forward, regardless of the kind of mindset that is keeping me from hitting that goal. So your third thing is that you just need to take action and work through it. Wherever that thing is coming into your mind, whatever is telling you that you cannot achieve, whenever Mr. Inaction is saying, "Hey, just sit back and let's just chit chat," on Facebook or whatever. Let's do whatever we want to do, but not do that particular thing. You recognize it, acknowledge that it's there, but then tell it, "Hey, you do not control me anymore. I'm no longer will be controlled by you, and I'm pressing forward." And do the things that you need to do. Do the steps that's necessary to press forward. That's what you got to do. So those are really the three things to tell Mister Inaction that he's full of crap, right? Because it's true. He's full of it. He doesn't want you to succeed, right? Because all your life you've been told that you can't do something, you can't do this, you can't do that. And Mr. Inaction, he's trying to remind you of that. He's trying to tell you, he's like, hey, listen, you can't do this. I mean, you're not good enough. You don't deserve that. Hey, you're playing, you're causing a disturbance to other people. You got to stop that. You got to go back into where it's comfortable. That's your subconscious mind, right? Telling you to go back into a state of irrelevance. So don't allow yourself to become irrelevant. Allow yourself to become relevant so that you can share with others how you broke from irrelevance to relevance and told Mr. Inaction to shove it up its rear end, because that's what you got to do, right? That's what we all got to do. It's Mr. Irrelevance to take a flying leap and get out of here. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this series today, telling Mr. Inaction that he's full of crap and he needs to get lost. And I hope you got some value out of this. And your action step should be to go to prosperwithchad.com. That's prosperwithchad.com. Like and subscribe to this page as well. Facebook, YouTube, podcast. I hope you enjoy this very thing. And don't forget to go to prosperwithchad.com to get your free mastermind We're Rich collection, because that is there. It's the third button down. And I hope you have an awesome, awesome rest of your Wednesday. Take care.